Daily Message, June 12th, 2024. Compassion, the Criteria for Judgment, Part 4. Since compassion is the criteria to be used for the final judgment, let us continue to consider examples of how Jesus manifested his compassion by way of actions that were in line with God's will, that we might follow his example. Another such example is recorded in Matthew 15, verses 32 to 38. And Jesus called his disciples to him and said, I feel compassion for the people, because they have remained with me now 3 days, and have nothing to eat, and I do not want to send them away hungry, for they might faint on the way. The disciples said to him, Where would we get so many loaves in this desolate place to satisfy such a crowd? And Jesus said to them, How many loaves do you have? And they said, 7, and a few small fish. And he directed the people to sit down on the ground. And he took the 7 loaves and the fish, and giving thanks, he broke them and started giving them to the disciples, and the disciples gave them to the people. And they all ate and were satisfied, and they picked up what was left over of the broken pieces, 7 large baskets full. And those who ate were 4,000 men, besides women and children. This was the second time Jesus miraculously fed a large crowd. The first time, he miraculously fed 5,000 men, as recorded in Matthew 14, verses 13 through 21. The first crowd was made up of Jews. This second crowd was made up of Gentiles. Both stories were vivid expressions of Jesus acting out of his compassion to miraculously provide for the crowd's bodily need for sustenance or nourishment. The significance of the second feeding lies in the context in which it occurred, that is, as part of Jesus' extension of his ministry into Gentile territory. This reveals that Jesus' compassion extended to both Jews and Gentiles. That is, that Gentiles too are to share in Israel's ultimate blessing. How about you? Where does your compassion lie? With those who look like you, or with everyone? With love to all, Pastor Cheryl.